This player has already been temporarily banned multiple times. Players have reported them over and over again. Krafton has repeatedly flagged the account. Yet every time the temporary ban expires, they're right back in another match, cheating again. Today we're looking at another one of PUBG's infamous Bronze Bomber accounts, and by the end of this video you'll understand why so many players have lost confidence in PUBG's anti-cheat system. Watch how they switch between all 4 bot enemies here, especially this one behind the rock. What a pro, right? Picks out every target all the time with ease. One interesting detail about this account is that they've already changed their in-game name, presumably in an attempt to avoid being recognized. I see this happen surprisingly often. Accounts that are actively cheating will suddenly appear under a completely different name, as if that somehow wipes the slate clean. The reality is that it doesn't. Every investigation I publish includes a permanent cheater profile link in the video description. You'll find one on this video as well. That permalink always points to the same PUBG account, regardless of how many times the player changes their in-game name. It also displays their current ban status, so if Krafton eventually permanently bans the account, you'll be able to see it there. One thing I noticed during this replay is that their Wallhack doesn't appear to work through smoke grenades. From watching thousands of suspected PUBG cheaters over the years, I've started noticing what seems to be 2 different categories of Wallhack software. One type appears unable to see through smoke, while the more advanced versions seem capable of ignoring the smoke entirely. Very strange, like the gun was triggered to shoot at that enemy behind the tree. My suspicion is that PUBG's fog of war effect is still being applied to the smoke cloud, and only certain cheat providers have found a way around it. Of course, it's also possible this player is deliberately pretending not to know where enemies are while they're inside smoke. But that doesn't really fit with the rest of this replay, as it's clear that they have awareness of all enemies, snapping to each one seamlessly. see what I mean? They really don't play like they could see those enemies in the smoke. This is a level 180 Bronze Bomber account playing casual mode with what appears to be Wallhack software. Think about that for a second. Casual matches are filled mostly with AI bots and newer players, yet this person still feels the need to use cheats just to gain an unfair advantage. That's how low the bar has become. This player has already received multiple temporary bans. Every time the suspension expires, they simply return to the game and continue playing. When I last checked, their most recent match had been played only 5 hours earlier. Temporary bans are usually triggered by player reports, which tells me that plenty of people have recognized something wasn't right. The community keeps identifying the account, the system keeps temporarily removing it, and then the system simply hands it back. What message does that send to legitimate players? This account has already played 189 matches. I can't say with certainty that cheats were enabled in every single one of those games, but based on everything I've observed, I also have no reason to believe they suddenly decided to start cheating halfway through. If someone is willing to blatantly use wall hacks today, and the anti-cheat system repeatedly allows them back into the game after temporary bans, it's entirely reasonable to question how long this behavior has been going on. Unfortunately, this isn't an isolated case. It's becoming a pattern. Many of my recent PUBG manual reports have come back with the response, "No evidence of cheating," even in cases where the replay footage appears incredibly clear. When obvious cases aren't resulting in permanent bans, it's hardly surprising that Bronze Bomber accounts continue to flood the game. If PUBG wants players to have confidence in its anti-cheat system, these repeat offenders need meaningful consequences. Until that happens, we're likely to keep seeing the same cycle repeat itself. If you enjoyed this investigation and appreciate the time and effort that goes into exposing these PUBG cheaters, I'd really appreciate your support. Subscribing to the channel is one of the best ways you can help. It tells YouTube that this content is worth recommending, which helps these videos reach more PUBG players who care about fair gameplay. If you'd like to help even further, please leave a like and share your thoughts in the comments below. Whether you agree, disagree, or have spotted something I missed, I read every comment, and your feedback helps improve future investigations. Every like, comment, and subscription helps extend the reach of these videos, raises awareness of the cheating problem, and supports the continued work of documenting these cases. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next investigation.